Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's Pinball Effects tournament video. Today, we'll be going over the one ball challenge we had on FunHouse from last week, which was an open tournament with unlimited attempts. And then for this week coming up, I put up a vote on my community tab asking you guys which table we should do next. And so the options were between Whitewater, Twilight Zone, Party Zone, and No Good Gophers. And so when I made this video, there was actually a tie-up between Whitewater and Twilight Zone. And so I thought, how am I going to decide now when we have a tie-up? And I figured, let's just continue with more Pat Lawlor tables. Since we've already been doing a lot of Pat Lawlor tables, we've done Bonsai Run recently, Earthshaker, FunHouse now, Roadshow. And so why not continue with another Pat Lawlor table in Twilight Zone? So that will be for this upcoming week, and it will be a closed tournament with only 10 attempts because we're switching it up now, right, to keep things interesting. But let's now talk about FunHouse, and let me give you my opinions on what I kind of learned throughout the week in playing this table. So FunHouse for me, for the longest time, was a table that I really wanted to like. I always wanted to like it because I enjoyed the theme. I liked the ventriloquist dummy, Rudy, but for whatever reason, probably because it was challenging and I could never score well on it, I always put FunHouse to the side. FunHouse was a table that I would always skip. It wasn't one that I really explored much, even on FX3 or Pinball Arcade, and even on Pinball FX until this past week when I played this table on a one ball challenge. And I think it's because for the first time ever, I actually got a lot out of it. I figured out how to score relatively well. I understood some of the modes, kind of how the table flowed in a way, and I could make use of that upper flipper, which is really the focal point of the table is that third flipper, using it to hit Rudy, right, and to make the trap door shot. And so as I was playing this table, I kind of was amazed at how much I actually turned out to enjoy it. I must have played, I can't count the number of attempts, but I played enough to where I was enjoying myself, and then I just stopped once I wasn't having fun anymore, right? And so that's one of the things I think you have to be careful of, because a lot of times you may play a table a few times and already, have made or formed a judgment about the table. And that's the way it was for me with FunHouse. I was always thinking, this table's too hard, it's impossible, it's not fun. I'm not going to play it that much. And going back to it, it turns out it's an enjoyable table, and I can see why. It was one of Pat Lawlor's more successful tables that he released. And so another thing along with that is FunHouse as a table is probably one of the most personality-driven tables you'll ever encounter, digitally and in real life. And when I talk about personality, I mean that in the way that Rudy, as a ventriloquist dummy toy, is talking to the player and having a dialogue with the player. Not only is he talking to you as you play the game, but his eyes are following the pinball with the pin motion technology. And so you had other tables before that had speech, which was really innovative, right? Tables that really use speech was considered to be like an advance in pinball. But FunHouse took it a bit further in that not only did you have speech, but you had a personification where you had this dummy named Rudy talking to you, calling you different names, calling you Biff, Bucko, Chucky, Slick, heckling at you, taunting you, and following the ball. So you almost have like this experience where You have some sort of dialogue as you play with this personified object, right, named Rudy. And so that's really what stands out to me as Funhouse's most outstanding feature is this ventriloquist dummy named Rudy. And if you take away Rudy from this table is not the same. And he to me is really what is the centerpiece and attraction of this table. So whenever you think about Funhouse and you think about pinball tables like it, you'll notice that not many pinball tables really have this kind of personality, aside from tables maybe like Roadshow, also from Pat Lawlor, that has the dummies, the ventriloquist dummies, Red and Ted. And there's actually a lot of similarities between Roadshow and Funhouse. I like to say that Roadshow is basically double Funhouse, right? Because it's a wide body and it uses two ventriloquist dummies, talking heads, and it's double the size, right? And so another thing about Funhouse and Roadshow, similarity-wise, is the left lane plunger, which you have on Funhouse. In Roadshow, it's hitting the rocks. In Funhouse, it's going up the steps, right? But there's also some differences. Roadshow had a shaker motor, whereas Funhouse didn't. And of course, as you know, Roadshow is a DMD dot matrix, whereas Funhouse is alphanumeric. And actually, Funhouse was one of the last Williams tables to include an alphanumeric display. But just whenever you think about Funhouse, just think about the table being really iconic because of its personality-driven theme. Another thing that I found interesting throughout the week as I played was the person who voiced Rudy was a man named Ed Boon. And so I knew Ed Boon from the Mortal Kombat games. And so it was really surprising to me to realize that he actually voiced Rudy. Because Ed Boon, for a long time, was working at Williams within the pinball department. I think on the Wikipedia page it said he worked on like 20 tables voicing different characters. So it was really cool to see his name brought up, reading about Funhouse, because when I was growing up, Ed Boon and Mortal Kombat was a really kind of staple in my collection of games as well. And also something else that I didn't know was that Funhouse was actually inspired from an actual theme park in Chicago. I think it was called Riverview Theme Park. And so that was in Chicago. And so if you remember, Williams headquarters was also based in Chicago. So really cool to see how Pat Lawlor was inspired from this theme park, which is no longer in operation, but it was for some time. And the back glass really depicts the gate entering into the park, and it looks the same on the back glass for Funhouse. So that's where the theme was inspired from. And yeah, I mean, just playing this table this week was really a nice experience. I'm glad that I got a lot out of it, and the third flipper was something that I got a better hang of. And something else I want to mention is that in Funhouse, there's also a clock, right, that advances. And when 12 midnight hits, the park closes, and you have to hit Rudy's mouth for multi-ball. And so there's another Pat Lawlor table called Safecracker that is also time management based. And so it's interesting when you think about game design that kind of focuses on time as an element that's really important to the game. Which you don't really see too much. I mean, time and clock is used in like modes, right? But it's really interesting when you can kind of use time in a way to really affect the gameplay. So one thing I want to leave you with before we go into our tournament next with Twilight Zone is I want you guys to think of yourselves as pinball preservationists. Is that even a word? Like, think about yourselves as people who are keeping the hobby of pinball alive. Because I recently asked people if they knew what pinball was, and I brought it up in conversation, and a lot of people don't even know what pinball is or have a lot of misconceptions about it. And so I bring this up because it's something that I always think about, in that the pinball community is really small, but it's very tight knit, and the people within the community are really passionate about pinball. The people who create the VPX tables, the people who design these tables on Pinball Effects, all the pinball games on Steam, Zakaria, Roxy Pinball. There's a lot of passionate people. It attracts like passionate hobbyists. So when we're playing these tables, what you're doing is you're going back into time and you're preserving this hobby. You're preserving it by not only playing it, but by talking about it, by exploring it with friends within the community. And so that's what I want to leave you with. And I think it's really cool that we have that. Being able to play these tables each week and talk to you guys and have fun with them is really like keeping this hobby alive. And so in an era where virtual gaming and other things are kind of, taking the hot seat, it's really cool that we're in some ways keeping the past alive. So I've already created the tournament for this week, and the password is 11325, and it'll have 10 attempts. And here is the ID GZ9N. Oh, but my before I go into the tournament mode, I forgot to go over the tournament scores, and I can't believe that. So this tournament was an open tournament with 47 people, so a lot of people. And first place we have Tandy Gab with 30 million points. Congratulations to you, Tandy Gab, with 30 million. And for those of you who don't know, I think Tandy Gab is one of those legendary players who we've seen on a lot of the leaderboards, high up there in the leaderboards. So I was very surprised to see Tandy Gab in this tournament, but very honored at the same time. So if you've played Pinball Effects or FX2 or whatever, Tandy Gab's name as a very good player. So really cool to see him in our tournament with first place. So congratulations, Tandy Gab. And in second place, we have XU Yuko on YouTube. Also a YouTube content creator, has a channel, uploads a lot of pinball content. And really good score here with 21 million. I actually played in he was hosting a Black Rose tournament, which was really fun that I played in. I think I got in third, but it's over now. But it was just really cool to see his name in second place, because I think for a while when he first entered, he was somewhere below 12th, something like that. But congratulations to XU Yuko. And in third place, we have Gapvik, our regular Gapvik, with 20 million points there. Congratulations to Gapvik. And in fourth place, we have my arch nemesis, Balchi99, level 82, master, with 17 million points. And for a long time, I did not see Balchi's name this high, but I think recently he shot up to fourth place, which was really surprising and cool to see. So really cool to see Balchi in fourth place with 17 million points. In sixth place, we have another regular to our tournaments, Moonface Maddie with 14 million points. Really close scores, from third to sixth, actually. Going down, we have eighth place UTD 4000 with 12 million. I'm just below him with 12 million. Tried to get past him, but I couldn't. But I'm still happy with my score. Made it into the top 10. Rounding it off in 10th is Bad Jack Daniels with the Einstein logo with 12 million points. Just really close scores here as well, between 7th to 10th. Underneath Bad Jack, we have Michael underscore 363, aka Dracky Barks, with 11 million points. And Michael was up here for a long time as well. For a long time in the tournament before it ended, he was high up there. So it wasn't until a while until I luckily got that score to surpass him. Going down the list here, we have 14th place Tommy5577 with 9 million points. Underneath him, we have my friend Jabba the Blade with 7 million, close to 8 million points. He's also a YouTube content creator, and he's starting to host a lot of tournaments as well. So be sure to check out his channel and his tournaments. Underneath him, we have Carpy Sun in 16th place with 7 million points. In 18th place, we have my friend Urko 1945 with 6 million points. Going down the list here, reading down the names of names that I know. We have Fabled Scarab 79, a longtime regular with 2 million points. In 28th place, we have Leon 102, Lazy Space Cat on YouTube with 2,610,000 points. In 31st place, we have Pinball FX Fan, PFX Fan with 2,131,000 points, our resident Australian. And in 33rd place, we have Wombat in the Hat with 1,468,000 points. Below him is my friend Geronimo in Game from Germany in 34th place with 1,304,000 points. Nice to see you back, Geronimo. Haven't seen Geronimo in the tournaments for a while, but he is a regular as well. And also we have Matty K, who is relatively new to our tournaments. He joined maybe 2 tournaments ago. Is in 42nd place with 896,000 points. And to round it off, we have 47th place Randy Retro with 349,000. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tournament. I certainly did. And let's go and let's play our one ball challenge on Twilight Zone. So it is GZ9N and the password is 11325. So that will all be in the description below. And let's go here. All right, so I know the light plunge will get you. There it is. That's what I wanted. And so here's something I want to quiz you guys on. So you already see that this table is a Pat Lawlor from the extra flipper. But what else on the table do you notice that is very Pat Lawlor like? And so I won't give you the answer here, but I'll tell you in the comments. It's something that a lot of Pat Lawlor tables have. That's not just the extra flipper.
A most unusual camera.
And also remember, this was one of Pat Lawlor's license theme tables, aside from Adam's Family that he worked on as well.
This is no ordinary gumball machine.
Okay. Ooh, that was close. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, here's the power. Oh, man. I feel bad because I almost had... This table was at a place that I went to over the summer, Ocelot Brewing, and I just never played it, even though I saw it. Because there was just so many tables to play. But I'm wishing I had, though. It might still be there. Oh my gosh, that was close.
Beyond this door.
Okay. Shoot left ramp. Wait. I'm just trying to keep the ball in play. Oh! Oh no!
Hey, it's only pinball.
It's true. I think that was Rudy's voice, wasn't it? There's the whirlwind reference.
Do not panic.
Okay, got a multi-ball? Oh, come on. Yeah, we do. We had a multi-ball. Okay. Oh my gosh. Super skill shot.
Be careful.
Oh, light extra ball. I don't think you can get that. But I think you get points. So, are you serious? Wow. Well, I think at least I did better than my previous score, so I'll take it. Well, guys, thanks for watching me play this week's tournament. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you when this one's over. Till next time, take care.